Hello everyone, Sandra here with my Guild Wars 1 stream, continuing our quest to unlock all skills. It's going to have to be a bit of a shorter stream today. It's just an unfortunate reality of the present, I guess. To put it simply, I need to cook supper tonight. So I need to make sure I'm ending at an early enough time to actually do that. So it is going to need to be. I have about 3.5 hours, I guess I can stream. So and then I need to be wrapping up so I can get cooking. Also, definitely got a little bit of a later start. Sometimes happens. I stayed up a little too late last night. Woke up late as a result. Let's end Melania's nightmares. But there's also another important factor, which is that there's a big announcement video from Magic, or Wizards of the Coast, for Magic the Gathering, for stuff coming out next year. And I'm looking forward to it. The stuff that they announced seems pretty exciting. I should activate my fan. 1 second. Realize it might get a little warm in here. So yeah, they had an announcement. Nauticus. No, it's not Nauticus. I want to call it Nauticus. It's like Nautix or something like that. I don't remember exactly. It's kind of an odd sounding name, but it's an underwater set, and that one looks really exciting. Somebody who's been enjoying Subnautica, and I grew up a big fan of Aquanauts, the Lego set. So, and like I had a marine themed bedroom growing up. So I'm very excited about that and seeing how that ends up executed. And then the Kamigawa one, I'm surprised that we're going back to Kamigawa so soon. Neon Dynasty, however, I missed Neon Dynasty because that was during a hiatus. Excuse me. Boy, I got hiccups all of a sudden. I guess it wasn't that long ago, but feels like it was, or like I guess it was long enough ago. I really want to go back to Alara. Now that we've done Lorwyn, and I was a little disappointed with how Lorwyn felt. The art style just didn't, like, the aesthetic sense wasn't enough, like, the same for me, but mechanically I think they did an overall good job. I was expecting more Evoke though. But anyway, nevertheless, going back to Kamigawa looks exciting, and the Zalfir is going to be really interesting. It seems like it's inherited some stuff from Mirrodin, so I'm going to be curious to see what's the case, like what's up with that. Okay, this Aegis is being a real problem. I assume it's Aegis. Okay, somebody's going over there to take those guys out. I don't know who, but is General Morgan standing in a well? Yeah, he is. Oh, he wasn't using any skills. Whole silence weirdly annoying from my build as well. And then Zalfir is, the way that I described that one, like, I have a lot of excitement for the Nautis? Is that what they call it? I don't remember. It's something where they have like the NAUT, and it's not quite what I would expect. So my tongue doesn't quite know it, and it just hasn't quite stuck in my brain. But I'm looking forward to that one. And then I'm hyped for the Kamigawa. I'm more intrigued, but like to the same intensity as my excitement for Zalfir. So I'm looking forward to those. I am actually looking forward to seeing what they do with Universes Beyond as well. I'm just really curious about what IPs they're going to partner with. Is I guess the language that they tended to use for that, eh? But I am genuinely quite interested in seeing, like, okay, how are they handling this? What are they doing? So, they haven't announced them yet. And that's fine. It'll probably be a little bit, and they're going to have their own strategic times for announcing those. But I am actually genuinely looking forward to knowing what they're doing. Honestly, like, it's taken, like, there's been a whole emotional journey for me. And coming to kind of accept Universes Beyond is just, it's a thing that happens now, and I need to be used to that fact. And if I don't just, like, accept that it's just a thing now, you know, there's a lot of potential frustration that could be there. But it's, you know, it's not like it hasn't been part of Magic since almost the beginning. If I remember correctly, the first expansion was Arabian Nights. That was basically Proto Universes Beyond, right? So it's just long enough ago that people have forgotten. And it hasn't been an active part of Magic for some time, but in many ways it could be argued that Universes Beyond is a very old concept when it comes to Magic the Gathering. I feel like I'm doing a lot of C spacing right now, but then again, that is kind of Warrior in a nutshell in some regards. So anyway, I don't care about the Magic Con stuff, although I do like Mystery Booster as a product, and I wish it was more broadly available. But I am looking forward to. So like, I wish the Mystery Booster Commander seems like it could be interesting. I wish those were more broadly available, but I understand that they're like a perk of the conventions. But it's just like, if I could do Mystery Booster drafts at my LGS, I would love that. Like, we've done a couple. We've happened to be able to do a few of them, and they've been a blast, so it's something that I wish we could do more of. But anyway, seems like my team's doing fine. I'll admit, I've just been kind of rambling and C-spacing. Largely. Not really paying that much attention. Come here, you Harbinger. Yeah, we're absolutely crushing those things. Man, imagine if we had barbs in this party. That would be so brutal. Okay, there's going to be a few more assaults down the middle that I need to make sure I'm paying attention to and clearing out. But then we can set forth. Yeah, there's El Shioli. Can't use any of my shouts right now because I'm in a well of silence, which is not optimal, but I don't know. I think that's all of the ones that come down the middle, right? Just that group. You should use that more often. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing well today. I myself am doing all right. I do wish my sleep schedule wasn't quite so wonked up, but here we are. I was gonna say, why has nobody interrupted this? But then I realized I don't really have... cost has some interrupts. Okay, looks like we cleared all of them out. Let's wait for the minions to catch up a little bit. We're going to have a big old brawl up here. Need to throw another vial. Our forces have been a bit split. Plus there's some really bad positioning going on, I'm noticing. A bunch of minions were around a corner, so they weren't being very effective. Happens, I suppose. Blocking, you say? Yeah, Aegis is a bit of a problem. Or he lost a lot of minions, I think, to the Harbinger, probably. They're all really bunched around it, so... I'm going to wait a moment here. I want Elias to replenish some of his minion supply. It won't take long. Okay, if he's not using, that means he's gotten all of them. Again, I want to wait for the minions to catch up with us because it's going to just work a lot better if they are here. I want to aggro... Well, I didn't really want to aggro the Harbinger. I need to remember to use those in the... For Great Justice, and then to the Limit Order. Just more effective that way. Okay. We'll burn this guy down as best we can, but... We may have to take a slight pause for the Margonites that... Because there's a second group of Margonites that will come in to attack. It looks like they're dragging their feet, so... Yeah, I see him right there. But it didn't matter. Okay, whatever. We're not here for that. Lonai. This is where we're going to get some Palawa Joko stuff. Crossing the Desolation. Okay, let's reconstitute my party now that I don't have to have certain characters in it. Dankoro, Elias, Morgu, Zed, Beck, Morgan. That's probably fine, right? Yeah, I think that's probably fine. There's some argument for wanting to use For Great Justice on General Morgan, but I'm not sure where I'd slot it in, so I'm not going to bother. Minor Axe Mastery. Not really a rune that I'm interested in right now, to be honest. Okay, hang on. I need to do some merchanting, apparently. But for some reason, they decided the merchants should hang out all the way over here. Wonder if, like, mission tutorial stuff for some of the trickier missions would be a good idea. That one I should examine. Power Master isn't worth anything. Minor Axe I don't expect to be worth anything, but it's one of those I might not expect it, but I never know. For sure. Yeah. Okay, Cormier. Hi. No, I always think it is High Bluffs, isn't it? Am I confused? I'm confused. I don't know why I find this. Tries procession, of course, obviously. That's where I need to go. Man, it's really nice having the move speed buffs. I'm quite excited about the prospect of getting this character far enough to get Mending Touch. As silly as that sounds. Right, that's right. Because we need to go talk to Mirza, Veldrunner. I forgot. I'm just going to take out some Hecate along the way because they're here. Jason's going to be a problem until I take him down. There we go. Somehow I didn't get ruined by this Crescent Tuca bird. Interesting. That is a bad sword. The reason why I said that is because, like, Rec 12 and non-max Because max is 15 to 22. Hmm. Max mods, though. I don't really need a vampiric mod myself. Because I have Shiro's sword, so Shiro's sword is just better than this. But it's, like, not terrible. If it was max, I would absolutely give that to Koss, but because it's not, I don't know. I don't know that I have much use for it. This is the unfortunate reality. I have, like, 2 to 4 vampiric sword mods on my main account as well. Need to wait for Elias and the minion train to catch up. Yeah, I need to go to Eye of the North and grab myself Olivia at some point here. I mean, for right now, this is fine, but... It's for Great Justice is up. There's no reason not to. One of the things I was reflecting on the other day is that skills like Flurry... Like, one of the big costs of Flurry, it's not just the you'll deal less damage, it's the energy cost, right? So you can maintain increased attack speed, but at a cost of energy. And that's a pretty hefty cost. But, like, it's not really... do I have... No, so I'm going to want to make sure I bring a Sign of Capture into the... Hang on, I'm going to check Gate of Desolation. Gate of Desolation. Just Gate of Desolation. Boshish. Okay, Sign of Suffering I don't care about on this character. No, it has Hexator Vortex in it. Soldier Stance is what I'm going to want to make sure I capture there. Because I was just checking. And I have Steady Stance and these Soldier skills, but not Soldier Stance. So I should make sure I grab that one. I can just drop Flurry for it because it basically is a Flurry replacement anyway. Shield Stance too, for that matter. Not there quite yet. Okay. I have absolutely destroyed whatever train of thought I just had going on. What do I have? I have one Sign of Capture. I'll need more than that, but not yet, I guess. Probably should prioritize tactics over strength. Probably entirely, actually. What I'm likely to want to do, just kind of thinking strategically long term, is getting all of my characters through all of the campaigns, and then vanquishing would be a good way of getting funds if I need more at that point. I don't have any great schemes or anything, but finishing off the tomes on all of the characters and everything too is important. Oh, yes, I was talking about Flurry. So, like, the fact that Guild Wars 2 doesn't have energy means that you can't... It's hard to put a cost on skills if they don't have a shared resource. So like you can do it on Revenant and Assassin, for example, but you can't just do a skill like Flurry where you can maintain, say, quickness, 100% uptime, but at a cost of a resource that your other skills might want to use, because that's just not a thing for the vast majority of Guild Wars 2 characters, and so like it ends up a very different thing, and it's very difficult to balance stuff with that energy. I can't, like, it's such a shocking mistake to get rid of energy in my mind, or like I would consider it a mistake. That's, if nothing else, it's designing a game on hard mode. It's like a huge challenge. Um, so like I don't think you should be trying to do a game like this without some sort of communal resource that your skills are consuming. Like, it's just an unfathomable decision to me. And trying to make things work otherwise requires some, like, you need something that's resource management, and so it's like Guild Wars 2 is always going to suffer from the fact that it has a lot of core design decisions that I think were just atrocious. And like the fact that they managed to generally make it fun despite that is pretty impressive to me. I would not want to have to work on Guild Wars 2 and trying to design stuff. I think it's too hamstrung. Like just at a core design level. Okay, I'm gonna drop strength here. Is this a strength shield? Yeah, that's gonna suck. But I'm about to get a tactics elite, so do I have a tactic? Actually, I should just use this tactics shield. Aha, problem solved. Just in case I want to pull this out. Okay. I will do this mission in just a moment. 4 Great Justice is probably fine to keep on. I don't need that, and I don't need that. I do need a Signet of Capture. No. Want that in roughly that spot, I suppose. Body Blow is bad now. Probably just run. I don't actually really need Dismember, because Find Their Weakness will also inflict a deep wound. So Penetrating Blow becomes a lot more appealing with that low of thing. Anyway, Cyclone Axe is arguably a good choice, but I probably should just bring Wild Blow, actually, thinking about it for a few more seconds, because we're going to have enemies that are going to be using the skill that I'm wanting to capture. They're going to be a problem. I'm going to swap those. Wild Blow's kind of not a huge priority use. I don't like this stretch of Nightfall. It's so tedious. I mean, it comes down to me not liking the worms, but I definitely need to make sure I flag my team towards the top of this basin. Do I need to... Hang on. Lava Joko over here. Okay. I'm gonna flag them over there. I want to try to... I'm going to be running up close because I'm a warrior, and it's just what we do. Oh, that was just rude. Hang on, I need to draw these guys actually to the rest of my party so they can do something with them. Gonna be a little bit better once I get access to this elite that I'm gonna capture. Sure. Dust and bones. That's what these guys are about. Dusty bones. I'm just gonna mash this a bunch to annoy everyone. Out of habit. Yeah, it's those Blade Masters right there. Shock of the Lonely can be a right problem as well. I wonder if Soldiers... What is Soldier's Fury, actually? I wonder if that was one that I should have prepared to capture. I mean, it won't be hard to get elsewhere or to get here if I need to, but... He's got some resurrection nonsense that I don't want to deal with. Maybe I should check to see... What's that at 5? Soldier's Fury might actually be vaguely worth grabbing on this character. It's not great, but like... Maybe I should have brought an additional signature capture to get it. It's a little bit redundant with the skill that I'm going to go get, though. It won't be bad to get later if I need it, so... I don't know. Whatever. I could have done more research. But I also don't think it's going to be a huge deal. These Cavaliers can be a problem if they decide to use We Shall Return. Which they can, and then it's a problem when they do. Oh good, I have Splinter Weapon back. That's nice. Oh yeah, this is the boss that I want to capture from, so that's good. Okay, hang on. I'm getting my face absolutely ruined by Jandu. And also I was like weirdly body blocked. Yeah. Okay. Now let's have Vac try to do the res. Vac getting interrupted was not ideal there, but it is life. You can assign additional flags, by the way. I have them set to the numpad. Anyway, I'm here for Soldier Stance, which almost has 100% uptime. There. Now it's an increased attack speed skill. As well as a block. Okay, everyone, hop into the worms. Okay, we're all warmed up. It's like, the worms were honestly fairly exciting in the beginning, but 15 plus years later, they have lost their charm to me. So I should be using the scythe here. Has inherent area of effect properties. Actually, I probably shouldn't, because whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm getting way more damage out of the axe because it's a single target, so they've calibrated the damage differently. $65, rated for 150, but it's piercing damage, so it cares about armor. That's what Margonites have plenty of. Woo. I mean, to be fair, a bunch of those are warriors. So, also, swapping weapon sets has given me bonus health because they didn't properly take that into account, I guess. I don't know. Which one is this? Choking breath? I don't know. It's just like the worms feel like they're supposed to be more overpowered than they are, so they just end up feeling a little underwhelming to me. The Desolation where you're riding around on a skimmer or whatever in Guild Wars 2 is a lot more pleasant, in my opinion. Ah, delicious, delicious water. Okay. Minions assemble. Yeah, we don't have the enchantment removal that I had when I had Zandra in the party. Rolling shield lanes, so the Aegis can be a problem right now. But it's not as, like, party-wide it's not as big of a problem, I suppose you could say. Hang on. Like, most of the party is not physical attackers. But it probably wouldn't have hurt for Elias to have some way of dealing with enchantments. Make minions a little bit more effective. We're not using that worm spore. There's going to be another one around the corner, and I'd rather use that one. Wait for all the minions to bundle up here. And they can get the fallback, speed buff, and healing. Which is important to me. That well is annoying, but this guy's dropped surprisingly little stuff. This is the worm spore we'll be using. For everyone to get over here enough that I feel confident that Elias, for example, will hop in. Word of Darkness is just like the worst quest. What I'm least looking forward to. Always glad to have that one done. Wow, my auto attacks hit harder than this thing. My auto attacks are armor ignoring, I suppose. Yeah, some of these casters actually take damage from these. They don't have as much armor. Like the Smarganite Sorcerer takes 130 damage, so it's reducing 20 of it, I guess. Might as well heal up. Is it weirdly quiet? No. I don't know why it's feeling a little quiet to me. Volume looks like it's fine on the audio mixer, so. Alright, let's get this group down. Master rewards are definitely worth it because they give you a lot of bonuses. The higher up you end up being. Probably calculate how much armor these guys have. Well, that will be solved by going into the thing. Hoping we can slip past these guys. I could probably run past them, but I don't really see a need to. We'll just take them out. How did you guys manage to aggro that group? For crying out loud. You get a stupid choking breath again. What an unexciting skill. Couldn't undo smash and not hit anything. A lot of Margonites here. Hey, look, I interrupted his Trolunculant. Neat. Boy, that's some searing yellow sulfur, huh? Well, anyway, let's go ahead and head for the exits. Mission complete. A lot of loot to process too while I'm at it, which is neat. I suppose. Can I swap those? No, that would be too easy. Oh, I'm getting rather full on granite slabs, apparently. Oh, esoteric. Blessed might be worth something. I'll want to check that. Blessed can sometimes have value. That's definitely a hit or miss one. Definitely a hit or miss one. I'm gonna put this bottle of rice wine in here. What do I want to do with this? Yep, I'll go after him. I should probably do some creative buildcraft concepting. I can definitely decrease my tactics at this point, but Let's see. I do need more signals of capture. Let's just go to my guild hall, check out these runes to see if they're worth anything. And pick up some signals of capture too while I'm here. Okay. Major absorption's not going to be worth anything, but blessed might be. Nope, it's not right now. You never know. Minor axe is probably not worth it. Oh, no, minor axe has some value. Interesting. I mean, using the minor runes is going to give you more maximum HP. I prefer the greater damage that you get with superior runes, but it is a legitimate choice, so. Man, if this was max damage, I would so give this to cost in a heartbeat, but... alas, alas. This has nothing. I'm just like, I want to hang on to it, but also, like, I just don't have any use for it. Yeah, I don't know. Do I have any swordsmanship things here? Like, I have some icy swords, furious. Like, I definitely have some components that I could be using to make certain sorts of weapons. I only need one icy bowstring. I'm not holding multiples, do I? Okay, I don't know why I'm holding on to this necessarily. I guess I could see making a fiery bow. I can see like a couple characters that want some icy sword hilts and stuff. I don't know. Not thinking about it too hard right now. I just don't. I'm not sure. I guess I could see wanting the. I don't know. I'm almost more likely going to, or almost always going to want of profession mods more than I want defense. So I'm just going to merchant that off. Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but it is what it is. Okay, let's grab some signals of capture. Fine. Leaf Guild Hall. Okay. Yes, Heart of Holy Flame needs to get on this bar. I think I might want to keep Wild Blow around just for the stance stuff that's going to be happening. Maybe I'm going to switch back to the Scythe. I wish I had a tactics set piece right now, actually. I mean, I can keep using axe. Whatever. Let's just go ahead and keep using axe. Sure, why not? Okay. I might go Cyclone Axe instead of that, though. The energy requirements of Flurry are a little bit concerning. Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to worry about capping more later. Drunken Master would actually be preferable right now, but I don't have that one. I don't think I have the quest for it either. I guess you don't trip. Right, that's an entirely different thing. Huh. Some of these I just need to turn in. Marlon Refuge I can't do yet. Waking Waters I can turn in. Well, anyway, I'm here to do a deal's a deal. And get rid of that nonsense. AI viewers just... I cannot in any universe figure out how that would make any possible sense. They're spouting utter nonsense. I just don't get it. Hey, Joko. Sometimes it's hard to spot your thing in your hat. Yeah. Whatever. I'm trying to get a good screenshot of a cool area, but some jerk keeps showing up in the view, by which I mean all of my heroes. I wish we had a Heart of Fury, or like 6 adrenaline, increases your attackment and movement speed by 25% each, non-elite. And strength, probably. Something like that would be really nice. Clumsiness is such a jerk move. Yeah, I am super looking forward to getting through this stage of the game. Stop body blocking me, Palawa Joko. Where the heck is the worm spore over here? I need this to be able to go to the spot that I'm trying to get to. Okay, I need to get out of these. An important combination. If you use a skill, the stance ends, and that knocks down nearby foes, which then lets the third skill heal you. Unfortunately, like the shambling maces and stuff can't be knocked over. So that skill doesn't really work, but... Like, the worms don't care about death penalty, but the rest of the party, once they're out of the worms, certainly does. I love that run speed that you can get coming out of that. 66% is just so nice. Quicksand is stupid and I hate it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I cannot get any energy with this stupid thing. Get out of here. I should bring more enchantment removal. Friggin' weakness. Oh my goodness, I cannot escape this stupid spirit. I'll let my energy regenerate a little bit faster while I run over here. Like, I can get a ton more damage out. Against the undead by using Heart of Holy Flame, which is why I have it on there, because it makes my attacks deal holy damage, and you don't have to have any investment for that part, so it's super good against undead, but the friggin' undead giants are making it impossible to maintain because they make it too expensive to use. Yeah, I definitely need to bring some enchantment, or would be behooved to bring enchantment removal, I suppose I should say. Boy, talk about fragile little dudes. I mean, they're like level 10, so they are fragile little dudes, but you know. It doesn't check how many minions you should have until you make a new minion. So even though he lost Masochism and thus doesn't have the Death Mastery for them, it's fine. Oh, this Marganite mask first. Yeah, there's enemies nearby enough that I can't escape my fate, alas. Hello, Bone Palace. What was this armor set? Oh, yeah, this is a weird helmet design. Obviously, we're not worrying about that such armors at this point in time. Blessed... Oh, Minor Inspiration was worth a bajillions. Yeah, that's a good one. I know I'm going to want that one. Blessed we just looked at and saw it wasn't worth anything, but Minor Inspiration almost certainly is, so I'm going to just take that out now. Is there a rune trader here? There is. Endu. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sell it. For right now, that's more important to me. Okay. Go. Yeah, Horde of Darkness, malarkey. Is this doing anything for me right now? I don't really think it even is. I think I might drop tactics for back into strength. I need my strength shield back on. I'm just gonna run Primal Rage. I'm feeling that right now. Tool limit obviously does not work when I'm not speccing into tactics meaningfully. I do want to cancel stance. I'll keep shield stance around as a cancel stance for Primal Rage. I don't think I really have another choice that I like more for that role. I might roll Distracting Blow. I'm not sure if there's another skill that I want more. Actually, I might run Grapple. It's also a weird sort of pseudo-defensive option. I'm going to be spending half my time on worms at least anyway, so the build doesn't matter that much in the end. right here. I think I can just run through these enemies. There you go. General Morgan figured it out. Spirit of Quicksand. If you were my minion and you were using Spirit of Quicksand, I would definitely want to be building around it. That's for freaking sure. This map is an absolutely atrocious one to vanquish. I want nothing to do with any of these. Anyway, we're going to go to the Shattered Ravines now. That was abundantly apparent. Just casual gaining 685 health. Okay, well, that guy's down. No? Aqua? Okay, everybody out. Everybody out. Halcora missed the friggin' requirements. Everyone out? Yes, good. Okay, into the worms now. There we go. There's some group at the edge of the compass range that wandered out of it, apparently. It's a fairly sunny day today. Oh, I'm so looking forward to having this part done. Like, I know I keep saying that, but this is probably... This stretch right here, and this quest in particular, is probably my least favorite part of any of the games. Or at least it's certainly high up there as a contender for my least favorite of... least favorite stretch of Guild Wars 1. I'm not a big fan of Jin Undo at this point. It's just particularly the fiddliness that you have to do with, like, at least playing through the campaigns. But the fiddliness that you have to do with, to get the... Horde of Darkness themselves taken out is so obnoxious. So it's just, yeah, I'm looking forward to this part being over with. So I can get the Realm of Torment is its own kettle of fish, but at least it's interesting and it provides build challenges, and this is just dealing with the worms' gross limitations. I just don't find worm gameplay particularly exciting. Might as well top off. I played this game for the build craft, so that also is a big part of why I dislike the worms. It's like if you went to a Magic or like a card game tournament and everyone had to run the exact same pre-constructed deck. It's like nobody would want to do that. It defeats the point. Pretty long burn, right? 5 seconds. Does a lot of damage, I've granted that. There's also just like the weird frustration of you can I feel like you can never quite get the skill that you want off of this. Like the fact that it's a random skill, and I don't know. I would prefer this to be a set skill based upon your profession. Something like that. I think that would have been a lot. That would have added at least some variety to the worm gameplay. And don't tell me they couldn't have done that, because like the snowman transform begs to differ. The holiday stuff from Winter's Day. So okay, time for the Elder Siege worms. It's like this part isn't like too bad or anything, but okay. Oh, I've almost got another skill point. Although skill points isn't really the limiting factor. Also, this character's over 1 million experience points and just got there somewhat recently, so that's exciting. I like having 1 million experience points on a character. It's like a good milestone to hit. You need to spend some of this Luxon faction. I want to make sure all of my characters have been able to get like Friend of the Luxons and Friend of the Kurziks before I worry about any of that, but here we are. We're going to the Lair of the Forgotten now, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know what I am up to. This is right here. I should stop by. want to deal with these guys. I'm just gonna sprint past. Yeah, there's the Lair of the Forgotten. I want to at least grab Forgotten Retribution. Also, I should go check Godage and see what skills he's got. We'll touch the pass has to deal with the Staff of the Mists, the counterpart to the Scepter of Ore. Whose actual name I forget offhand. We've heard it in Guild Wars 2, I believe. Okay, nothing shown for... Good old Signet of Mystic Wrath. A lot of these I want to get on other characters. We Shall Return is a very good resurrection skill, but a bit expensive for this character. Can't touch this is quite nice. Do. Winds of Disenchantment. Yeah, they made that 5 energy. That one was reasonable at 10, but it's quite good there. Okay. Okay. I see we have a bone collection. Don't know if bones are worth anything right now or not. I don't mind having a few built up, though. I don't know. I should probably get this account more material storage. Or more storage in general. What am I doing? Horde of Darkness. Forgotten Retribution changed my quest, so I was a little confused for a second there. I think I probably want to ultimately drop Zed in favor of Gwen. I'm gonna leave him on right now because it doesn't matter, but... Okay, I don't know what that's about, nor do I care at the moment. I'd have to actually read the quests. Into the worms, everyone. But before I do Ruins of Mora, I definitely want to swap Zed over to Gwen. I want more control elements and different control elements than Zed is providing. He's overlapping a little bit with Norgu conceptually, in that the blind helps control for physical attackers, which Norgu is also doing. So I want some interrupts and enchantment removal. Okay. I have to disable all of those so we can get them to fight the Horde of Darkness properly. That looks like we're going to need to... Well, that was just rude. Oh my goodness, somebody just used We Shall Return. You can tell because I resurrected all of the freaking enemies around me. We Shall Return is an extremely strong skill. Okay. Looks like it shouldn't be a problem too much longer. The only thing that affects the Horde of Darkness is the Jin and Undu Siege. They are super obnoxious to fight. I'm gonna swap over this spear. Oh my goodness, cannot hit for anything. Though it was using the stance that prevents things. We'll need to do some capping out here later, but probably largely on other characters. Yeah, that missed. That's fine. Oh, did Nork just gain a... One more group of Horde of Darkness to take out. Is this a useful skill for me? No, it's a stupid choking breath that I don't care about. I mean, I'll take that. That could be something good. Might not be. Okay. Now let's go take out the Horde of Darkness. Figure out what this is too. Superior Divine Favor. I'm almost certainly selling that to the merchant because the chances that Superior Divine Favor is worth 200 gold is extremely high. Is this the last group of them? I'm not sure. are pretty tanky. Okay, that should be the last group of them then. Means I need to go through the process of re-enabling all of these guys' skills. Oh, crippling anguish. Nothing like it. Like, part of it, too, is you can't use this on nearby foes, right? So you have to try to keep your dudes at a distance, and a bunch of these skills are touch range, so it's just... the heroes don't quite get what they're doing. It's just very tedious. This part's cool, though. Boom. I'm not sure that I killed many elementals there. Okay, Captain Mahan. Get me in there. We must reach the mouth of torment. We are ready. This is the... Are you ready, General Morgan, for what we must do? Bit. Okay, get out of here, Zed. Get in here. When? I want to change anything with our bar. Yeah. Drop the inspiration magic. Panic is not as good here, just because the hero, or just the enemy composition or whatever. I kind of want just Mirror of Disenchantment, I think. Yeah. That'll get rid of the stuff that I really want to get rid of. Panic's probably good enough. I don't really feel like I need E-Surge. Its damage is low. Better than it was in a way that makes me less interested. I'm just trying to decide if Panic or Power Block is more useful here. Power Block will completely shut down an Elementalist for a bit. I'll leave her on Panic. It's just flexible, so... I'm going to check that just to be sure, but it's just my suspicions that that's not going to be worth anything. Radiant Minor Protection Prayers. I'll need to check that one as well. Okay, we're getting really close to where I want to be. So we've gotten through, like, that section doesn't take super long. It's just I don't like it, so it feels longer than it is. Okay. Let's, I guess, turn in this quest. Huh. Yep, that's what we're doing. Turning in this quest. Yeah. Lona, we are ready. Okay, step 1. Let's kill some clerics. I actually want us to go up here. Okay, maybe we won't pull there because we've got minions. Where do you think you're going? Yeah, I want to flag us back up there. This is a spot where it's just like there's not that many enemies, so... Those guys are why I absolutely need to make sure I continue to bring stance removal. Okay, I need to not use Primal Rage right now. Dang. Guess they were focused on that enemy. Okay, hang on. I need to pull us a little bit further down. So we need them to actually contribute to taking out enemies here. Kind of want some wind prayers, to be honest. I'm going to just take off that flag. I want to make sure that they're in range to actually be useful here. I usually don't try to, or like intentionally try to kill all these guys, but it just seems to keep happening. There we go. Felt like it took a little bit longer than I wanted, but it's still under 5 minutes and I got the Master's Reward, so... Yeah. Definitely good stuff there. Okay. You. Hoju. Monk skills. This feels like a longer list than I... Yeah, because there's some warrior skills too. Oh, I want Purge Signet as well on this character. Mending Touch and Purge Signet. Okay, well that's all I'm getting for right now, it would seem. From that method. Which is fine. I've been wanting Mending Touch for a while, so it's good to finally have that one. Purge Signet, less important to me, but it's good to get it unlocked, at least. Ooh, yes. This is a good one. Highest Restoration is a skill that is really, really nice to have. That's what I would want from the attribute line, so... Okay, I need to actually talk to the... that has a primary quest. I'm probably going to want to get more skills. Well, I'm almost certainly going to want to get more skills from here later, but I kind of want to get some more hero skill points before I worry about that. Hi? Yes, this is the one that I want. Gonna be a little rough out here for this character, but I think this is fine. The thing is, I kind of want, because like I know I'll be getting more hero skill points, so I kind of would prefer to save the money, because here hero skill point stuff is free. I have terrible news about ore. Last thing I remember, charred warbands were rampaging through ore. Then a deafening explosion rocked me from my feet, and a bright light engulfed me. I woke to find myself here. I don't know what I have done to deserve an eternity in this nightmarish realm. I don't know what you have done either, Viali. Probably shouldn't be running Deathly Swarm on Elias. Probably should be running enchantment removal or something more useful. How much is run enchantments at 20-second recharge? Oh yeah, this is crazy strong. That's right. I'll swap over to that. I'm gonna want enchantment removal, so okay. We'll see how this goes. Eh? It's just I know I'm gonna get more hero skill points, so I'm looking forward to that. That's right, monoliths for some random reason. Oh, Arms of Insanity might be hated. Wow, that was I'm glad I wasn't under the effects of Thermal Rage for that one. Rage might actually be a little bit too dangerous here to be using. I don't know for sure, but... Ow. Okay, I'll admit it, I'm missing Cleave and its low adrenaline cost. Okay. Check out these Graven monoliths. Hey, Forgotten Warden. It's kind of a neat area, isn't it? Anyway, tourism side. Let's go grab the... there's a boss over here that I don't care about. It's a Shepherd of Dementia, but what I'm actually wanting is to not be mind frozen so I can actually get anywhere. Oh my goodness. Our minions keep losing out to the Shadow of Fear, which is very frustrating. Ow. Okay, yeah, maybe attacking through clumsiness was not the best move I could have made there, but in my defense, it just happened. Sort of spontaneously. Okay, what I'm here for is the treasure chest over there. I'm absolutely changing my elite, by the way. Alright. Not that I'm going to want it in Domain of Pain at any rate, because taking more from that sounds like a bad time, but... That's actually kind of similar to the Tormented Weapon skin, the Axe weapon skill. Is this any good? Kind of not. Kind of not. Frankly. That's not good either. I mean, it's max damage, but just mods are deeply unexciting and or not max and or both. Okay, seem to be being ignored for the moment. I go around, right? Yeah, here we go. Me forgetting how the map works for a moment. It happens. Kind of dark in that spot, too. I'll admit my mental state is definitely more autopilot-y today than it sometimes is. Don't know why, it just happens, I guess. Okay, I don't want to go after these guys now before they start becoming too much of a hassle. I'll say this, my team is good at taking them down once it's time to. Gotta stretch. This is a potentially painful mission. Definitely not gonna want this build for it, that's for sure. Not on my end at any rate. That's just causing too many troubles. Wild Blow probably is worth continuing to use. I think Body Blow is probably better upside. It's like part of it is I know Eye of the North would also get me more stuff. Let me actually look up some skills that I'm wanting to get. Yeah, let's go on a slight skill capping spree. I'm gonna go ahead and leave here for now. Let's see, I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have it yet. Okay. There's couple of skills to get in the floodplain of Macklon. I think I'm going to go do that with... Probably should clear out my inventory, huh? That would be prudent. It's getting pretty close to full. Yeah, I don't care about that. Honestly, getting the resources for 15k armor is not bad if I'm not having to expend them all on acquiring skills. Not sure how many elementals will be to fight out here. It seems like a weird spot for that, but I accept it, I guess. I realize there's a bunch of Iron Tooth Drakes out here. Iron Tooth Drakes can drop chunks of Drake Flesh, which you need for a quest in Hearts of the North. So, I always am happy to see them. Yeah, I think if I were to change things, I'd make Tiger Stance, like, probably Tiger Stance is a skill that I'd choose for this, but I'd probably make it, you attack and move 25% faster, 6 adrenaline. So it's just a little kind of hard to maintain, like, you need to get up there, it takes a bit to get going, but it's a very useful effect. I'm not quite sure what I'd put the duration numbers at either. I think it was down here that the boss was at. Doesn't really matter how I get down there. What? No, I don't want a flag there. Must have accidentally hit the flag button. Supanon. Okay, well, that guy fell down, went boom. Yeah, Commander Nos, that's what I'm looking for. A little bit more straight than I feel like I saw on the wiki, but that's okay. Really not a bad thing at any rate. Yeah, secondary removal is the skill that I'm looking to get. I feel like that's better on secondary and primary monk. Oh, nice. Money. And then I will also need to leave here because the decapitate boss is somewhere out here. I'm going to go look that up, actually, before I wander around pointlessly. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of tucked in over in here, I think, so... Looks like I should be fairly close. Oh, should have double checked the boss's actual name. Ruba, I think, maybe something like that. Okay, that was a splinter weapon and a cyclone axe pairing. Ooh, boy. That was beautiful. Not Land Guardian, I don't think. Okay, I have to admit, being able to use signature removal to get garbage off myself while I'm enchanted by monk buffs is pretty nice, and the quarter second activation is a huge buff to it. It's like feeling good to use mid-combat. I probably would reserve it for areas where there's a lot of malarkey you need to deal with, but... Oh yeah, right there, Robo Hardback. That's what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, I can't just walk over to there because the water is deep and we can't swim in this game, so... We'll have to take a little bit of a trek, but it'll be doable. Would you stop running around like a decapitated chicken? Oh. I know I'm trying to get to decapitate, but still, this is ridiculous. Okay. Okay, looks like we're going to be fighting this... Hackett boss. Not really my first choice, but it is there and in the way, so that's what we're going to deal with. Get out of here, crocodile. You know what would be really cool is if they add more greens that are weapons with useful of profession suffixes. That would be cool. I'd like that. Oh, we've got the Ellie. The Icy Shackles Ellie over here too. It's 2 for 1 special on bosses. If I could please get up to a boss. There we go. Decapitates. Thank you. Now I have the dreaded 3 elite bar. This is what, 7 adrenaline? Okay, I can at least get rid of some of the gunk on me. Okay, that gets those skills unlocked. Because I was needing to grab those. I actually want to go take a survey of skills I want to grab. Also, this is a good opportunity to get rid of some of these items that I've accumulated in my inventory. Scroll trader. How much for this hero scroll? Joke's on you. I will sell it regardless of how much it is because it'll be the same as the merchant. Oh, wow. These are up a bit. That's nice. Dear goodness, what's going on? Wow, Scroll of the Right Winger at 15 plat. I've never had one, I don't think, because you have to do specific things to get access to them, but even these being up something is wild to me. Huh. Fascinating. Radiant is not worth anything right now, right? No, Radiant has value right now. Okay, that's 330. Minor Protection is not worth anything, though. Okay, Radiant I will take out. Superior, whatever this was, Divine Favor, is definitely less than that was worth. Radiant is one of those... I feel like Radiant and Survivor are ones that can bounce around in terms of value. So it's usually a good idea to check them. Brawlers is up a good bit, which is interesting. I think that's armor while attacking. Certainly is good. Okay, I don't need these, and this is definitely merchant food. Okay, what I'm here to do is I'm here to talk to this priest of Balthazar, because I wanted to see what other... displays lists by campaign. I need to go get Battle Rage. I should be able to go do that. Okay, let's see where Battle Rage can be found. I just want to do some capping right now. Rather than... Nightfall is in the domain of pain, but probably not until afterwards. Okay. Well, that's a little bit further on. There's a couple of spots there. Pongmai Valley. Also in Saknoth. Do I have access to Pongmai Valley? It's right outside Boreas Seabed. Okay, yeah, I should be able to go get it there. That's probably the best place to go get it. Okay, yeah, a bunch of faction skills to go get. I want to go on a shopping spree in factions, I think. Nightfall. Oh yeah, Crippling Slash. That's on the Barbarous Shore. Maybe I should go get that. While I'm here. And Mage Hunters. Okay, hang on. Battle Rage can wait. Oh, that's also easy to get in Eye of the North, though. Okay. Dashka Inlet North to get Crippling Slash. Go do that. This is absolutely terrible. Oh wait, no, I do want to leave it that way because I wanted to check if there's any monk skills I still wanted to get on this character. Martyr I want to get on my Necro. Holy Strike, that's Prophecies, but I want to get that on this character. That's right. Okay, so there's a monk skill. Okay. Okay. No elites that I need. I'm not sure who I want to get Shield of Judgment on, but it'll probably be the monk. Okay, I might do a little bit of overlapping with that just because getting up to Mineral Springs is a pain in the butt. Let's go Leave Guild Hall. Then I need to go... I'm going to run Decapitate because I feel like it. Sounds spicy. I'm going to need to grab some more Signets of Capture. But that can be a future thing to worry about. They could really stand above these ones. Somehow, some way. I don't know that flurry is good here, to be honest, but... not a whole lot is, probably. I'm gonna stick a rush on my bar because I feel like it. Okay, north of this to get the... Why did I think it was out that way? I don't know. It's gonna be a little bit of a walk, incidentally. Okay, I think I wanted to, because I don't... There's probably some, like, Stunning Spear I'm listed in Domain of Anguish, so there's going to be some Domain of Anguish stuff that I'm going to want to go grab, but right now my priority is doing some other random elite capping, because I feel like it. And then, like... $115 damage, and I lose all of that energy and adrenaline. Honestly, they should just make the skill cost energy and adrenaline or something. Instead of lose all energy. Lose all energy is a little too harsh, I feel like, personally, but what do I know? Definitely shouldn't be running a Radiant set with it because it's just, like, non-intuitively not functional with itself, as it were. What's the plus damage on this? 80? It's absurd. And yeah, I keep expecting it to hit a little harder than it is. Weird. I think it kind of wants to run with a bunch of tactics, though, so I can use some of those to power it up more quickly. Once I get this, I'm going to want to go after Mage Hunters. Insect hunt? I'm not hunting any insects out here. I'm hunting Hecate, if anything. The boss is somewhere out here. There, I think. Near all those rampaging Tuka. Definitely a rush situation. Keep up with this malarkey. Well, at least if you miss with Decapitate, you don't lose all your stuff. Or fail to hit, I should say. Yeah, Mato Sharptooth is what I need. Oh my gosh, look at all these rampaging Tuka. I want to take these guys down just because they're here. Like, it's just such a spectacularly large number of enemies. Just a whole herd of them. Maybe a little pointless, but it was fun. And that's what we're here for, you know? Okay, Motto Sharptooth. I did a really good decapitate impression, I'll admit. Honestly, decapitate would work really well on a signet-oriented build, like Symbolic Strike, probably. Because then you're not as penalized and all that. Okay. All right, Mage Hunters. Smash. Oh, there's a bunch of different places you can get it. Zakimir Bastion. Oh, that boss has it. I might just wait to get it until I'm capturing from, or until I'm doing that then. Yeah, okay. Let's go to factions then. And buy some skills. Yes. I also need some more signals of capture, but it's neither here nor there. Man, this was not joking about needing tactics skills. No. Withdraw another 10 plat. Oh, I need the tactics stuff too. Okay. Well, I just spent a bajillion cash on warrior skill unlocks, but I don't regret it. Okay, let's go get that. I want to leave over here, Battle Rage. It's just kind of around the corner. That was a bajillion skills to acquire. That was like 20 platinum of skills that I just purchased. It would have been only 10 if I was in Reforged mode, but I'm not in Reforged mode because I'm being stubborn. I'm making this take longer than it actually has to. But I started it that way and I want to end it that way, you know? Just be over like in here, I think. Yeah, and these Yetis. This Yeti infested area. There's the boss I'm looking for. Shadow Song. No, that's just being rude. Know that? This guy drops a hammer, I believe. That has quite the like spiked clubbed appearance sort of thing. I think if you do a higher level of salvage on those, you can potentially get something good from them. Hello, Yeti. Probably a little short on condition removal, realistically speaking. Yeah, that's the last core skill that I needed to unlock. Holy crap! I just had an idea. Oh. Oh, I just had a terrifying idea. This works super well with Mighty whatever. Go. Okay, hang on. I need to look what other factions, elites I'm missing. By campaign. Okay. Unlock skill, warrior. All of those are unlocked, right? Yeah, so core is unlocked. Prophecies, I need Dwarven Battle Stance and Earthshaker. Okay, I need Coward and Quivering Blade. Shove, Triple Chop. Where is Coward? Mount King Kai. Just right outside Breaker's Hollow. Okay. Do I have access to that? I'm gonna have to run that because it just sounds so good. We're running Battle Rage. It's all about Mighty Throw here. That seems like it could be fun. Oh my goodness, I'm going to need more sickness of capture. Running myself out of funds right now. That's what I'm doing. Running myself out of funds. Okay. I don't have Mountain King Kai, but I can go get it. So let's just do that. Start there anyway. That's okay. I can get the other things I need. I'll be friggin' broke. I have to go do some other stuff, but that's okay. Like, I don't know if there are some skills that I purchased that I didn't need to, but it's okay. Regardless. Breaker Hollow, I believe, is over here. I'm not mistaken. No, this area is going to be annoying. Get these stupid spirits out of here. Oh my goodness. Absolutely disgusting. And I just keep battle rage going. That's where I'm looking for, right over there. I don't think I meant to do that's going to come up a whole lot. Don't know. Just get that impression, you know? That used to be 50%. I'll stick that there as a way to potentially get things started a little bit more quickly. I think these stolen provisions can sometimes have good things in them. Let's find out. Okay, well, 3 plant fibers absolutely is worth. You ask me. Okay. The boss I'm looking for should just be a little bit to the south, I think. Just down here somewhere. Yeah. Kiali the Brave likes to accuse people of being cowards. Sounds about right. This build is stupid and fun. There's coward. Okay. Quivering Blade and Triple Slash are both in Kaineng. Are they both in the... Okay, just wing it here. Do I have... Oh, hang on. I might need to finish chasing Zenmai to be able to do this. Unless I've already done it on this character. No, I have not. Okay, I'll need to go do chasing Zenmai so I can unlock this boss. So hang on, let's do that. I want my stupid Battle Rage bar. Thank you very much. Don't really care about other things at the moment. Let's slap on Iway just in case, because that's fun and silly, and it counts allies in the area. I need to go talk with Linro. Okay, let's go do that first. I guess I might need to go back over there. It's fine. I want to get Zenmai unlocked at some point in time, so might as well be now. Won't be too terrible, I don't think. I have about another hour I can play. Kind of want to make sure I stop by Prophecies to go pick some stuff up. We'll probably do that once I finish. Getting Zenmai, I think. So I'll need to go back to Commandant. I'll go stop by Prophecies because I'm going to want to grab a couple of skills there. Off of DAC. But Zenmai, unfortunately, is blocking Wing from spawning, it would seem. So... What? Okay, I literally do not remember this quest. Oh, okay. What? In Shenzhen tunnels, okay. Well, I'm glad I took a wrong turn, but... I definitely have a bunch of quests here that I can start turning in, which would be good for capital. I was just kind of curious if any of the like dead guards or whatever in the vicinity would trigger this, but apparently not. Or if they would, they was not close enough to them, which is fine. Was this 45-second recharge? Congratulations, Brian. You live this day. Okay. Like, she's only level 15, so they nerfed a bunch of stuff in the area, I think, to make this easier. I should definitely spend some time at some point turning in quests that I've finished, because I have a startling number of them. I kind of like this little stretch. I don't know. It's neat. This is passing the buck. I think. Possibly. Hang on. I don't know, Morgan. Would you stop having a chat when Mr. Ong Sang? Don't need them having a conversation instead of helping me get some player. Unblockable is on 5. Well, those guys just got walloped. What's going on with Sunmai? Okay, she's just over here. Probably should have Wild Throw. Do I have Wild Throw? Actually. Unblockable Throw. Nope, apparently not. I might have it unlocked already on some other random character, so I didn't get it on this one for monetary conservation reasons, which makes perfect sense, but it'd be good to pick up at some point in time. It's nice to do a bunch of like skill acquisition stuff, though. I will say, it is nice. Am I better off going kind of more of a round? I think I might be. Dealing with the Kappa on the lower level is really annoying, so that's why I'm like, what do I want to do here? Okay. This is a good highway moment. Can we please stop having dead party members? That is not what I wanted you to... Okay, whatever, Elias. I mean, that works. Okay, everybody is alive. Good. Let's go. My highway ran off, but it's not like I really wanted it to be working in the first place. I'm going to activate the... We probably shouldn't need that, because if we need that, we're in a bad spot. But I might come back later just to check on the extreme non-existent chance that they'll let me into Vizina Square. Also, turns out You Will Die is very good now. Oh, that's a Ray of Judgment. Okay, everyone, out of the Ray of Judgment. Can we please put a priority on keeping Zenmai alive? Thank you. That'd be very helpful. These guys are obnoxious. Ow. Don't mind me. I'm just hobbling forward. Yes, this area. Hello, Lael the Vindictive. This is the part where we wait for it to advance. See how many minions we have left by the time we're ready to fight. It's interesting. Zenmai is ex Ampha and Elias is ex White Mantle. Let's not stand there. Come on, spawn the rest of everything. This whole thing feels like it needs to be tightened up a little bit. Canthan costumer made a sweater with no arms. That seems like a poor choice of action, but whatever. Any moment now. I'm gonna run around in case there's like some sort of random positional trigger. I've always found this part a little bit wonky. Because like the spawns don't seem to be very prompt about happening. There we go. There's some actual enemies. Okay, now I can talk to Zenmai. Okay, Zenmai. Okay. I need to talk to Clerk Arlon. Let's go do that. I need to reconstruct my party at any rate. Thank you. Let's just drop Zenmai in here. I'll need to outfit her with some bar. But okay, LA. I want to a couple of things to do out here. The first thing I want to do is go to Ember Light Camp, and there's 2 skills that I want to purchase. I need a few more than that, but whatever. I want Holy Strike. That unlocks that skill, and then I want to go to Elementalist, and I want to purchase Aftershock. There it is. Do. How's my supply sequence of capture? I need more. Let's just grab a second. Platinum. And deposit 49 gold. Okay. Paragon. Let's... Earthshaker's so annoying. Okay. I need to get Earthshaker, and there was another... Earthshaker. 2 words, that makes sense. Oh. So there's a few spots that it can show up in Eye of the North. If I have Warp Credit active, I can get it off of this Karnak guy. Kind of an annoying spot to get to, but... absolutely blows to get to in Snake Dance. Do I have Warn Credit active? Do I want to start worrying about that right now? That's a question and a half. Probably not, right? That might throw there. It's a little bit nicer spot for it. It's not a good skill. I mean, I'll just put Spear of Redemption on. There's some others that might be better. Let's just go ahead and use Merciless Spear. Why not? Random Deep Wound, not a bad idea. Okay. I can go get that in Snake Dance. Oh, I haven't been anywhere near out those ways. Well, the other one is Dwarven whatever, so I can get that one over this way too. Let's grab Norgu and Vec and General Morgan. Okay, well that's a full party. General Morgan's speed buffs are really nice though. So it's hard to argue with them. Okay, what am I doing with Zenmai here? Besides being sad that she's underleveled. Probably giving her empathic removal, right? I like empathic removal on Zenmai. I find it quite useful. There. I don't know. It's kind of a very medium bar. She's probably going to die a lot, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay, I'm going to go to Deldrim or War Camp. That's a good spot to go get Dwarven Battle Stance. And I might encounter it on the way, which is part of why I want a Signet of Capture on me. I mean, you need to go back to finishing Nightfall, because getting the book filled out would be huge. But then it's going to be the best way to get to Snake Dance, so I'm going to drop by the Deldrimmer whatever place. Yep, that'll work. Okay. Well, that chewed those guys up nicely. I'm actually going to take 1 second to look up. Dwarven battle stance. Okay, that is 3 words, not 1, or not 2. Okay. It's Thorgal Bludgeon Hammer. Well, I'm looking for a Thorgal Bludgeon Hammer. We may or may not find. I should probably spend a little bit of time trying to be a little bit thorough about locating him, though. I don't know all of the spawn locations in this map, unfortunately. I think there might be some around the back there. I'm not entirely sure. Well, for now, I'm going to just make my way this direction. See what happens. Trying to keep an eye out for boss names amidst this. No. Well, our minions decided they wanted to go fight something, which I prefer they hadn't, but here we are. I did give this, yeah, strength of honor, which is nice. I know there's a couple of boss spawn locations out here. Okay, we got Yak Slapper. Maw of the Mountain Heart, why are you here now? That is just trolling me. That's a boss that I'm going to need to capture from later, but it's on my Necro, obviously. Profuse of Corruption, obviously, as it's currently using. Well, that one can also be really annoying to go get. I don't need the Mark of Protection boss. I might look up some spawn locations, actually. These guys' cleave is threatening. More so than it used to be at any rate. Okay, so I know Roth Yak Slapper is out here. Okay, I'm going to look up the spawn locations. Okay, so there's one kind of in this middle area, then there's a potential spawn location around the backside of here. So it behooves me to check. Sorry for some of that wiggling. I was rearranging myself on my seat. Muddy terrain, eh? Interesting. 100% know where this location is, but somewhere around here. None of those are Thorgal. Or any other boss for that matter. Okay, well, if it doesn't look like there's this boss that spawned over here, so I have looked to confirm. Looks like the rest of the spawn locations are more up this way anyway. So I'm gonna go search. Like I'm gonna go get this skill, and then I'm gonna go get. So I'm gonna scour this map for this boss, and then go get Earthshaker. That doesn't seem like it goes anywhere. Yeah, I don't. The only reason to attack Yak Slapper is in the off chance that I could get a green from it, which is not enough of an off chance to be worth it, if you ask me. I need this up right now. It obscures combat. Kind of don't want them to change this, even though it's probably powerful enough that it should be, but it's also just really strong single target damage, so it's not like it's wiping things out in an AoE, so... My targets keep dying. It's very inconvenient of them. I'm looking for names. Weird lack of bosses so far. Kansas Cleaver was always kind of a nice axe, at least in appearance. I don't remember what its mods were. Okay, Shadestone's down there. I'm gonna kind of circuit around. Zenmai just gained a level, so that's neat. Hey, High Priest Alcar. Yeah, I'm checking spawn locations again. It looks like there's 2 spawn locations in the... Where's my mouse cursor? In that icy spot. So I do need to go up there. I'm going to go do that now. Might as well. Yeah, that's much more of a get the fight started sort of skill now. Excuse me, Bone Fiend. I have to ask you to take a Holy Spear to the face. Well, I will take the additional funds. They're something, so. Um, it's also possible that the boss I need didn't spawn at all, which is tragic, but like I said, possible. Okay. Let's see. Oral Rock Molder and Flint. Okay. I don't need either of those. The Rock Molder is not Thorgal, and I believe is also a Mesmer, if I'm not mistaken. There are a lot of bosses. A lot of boss spawn locations. I haven't yet discovered that maybe making them super randomized is not the best of plans. Probably what I'm going to be spending a lot of the rest of the time I have today doing is getting these two elite skills, but getting them knocked off the list is getting them knocked off the list, I say. I see what you're doing. You're using that new mark of protection against me, eh? Oh, won't avail you much. Yeah, that was a nice Holy Spear. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Just did so much damage to that thing. There's Thornbeard. It's not who I need either. I'll take these guys out. But get nuked. Didn't even drop anything good. What sort of malarkey is this? Okay. I mean, maybe did for... Here comes the knockdown. That's Melander's arrows, boss. Just get a little bit closer here to get a little bit more Sight on the compass. Okay, I don't see one there. It's not a huge map, but I might have to search a couple of times to find this jerk. People used to farm greens out here when it first came out. They were new at the time and a novelty. There's Thorgold Bludgeon Hammer. Excellent. That's the boss I need. Then I can go to Deldrimmer War Camp. Then make my trek up obnoxiously to the Earthshaker boss and try to get that captured. Okay, let's grab Dwarven Battles. Let's unlock that. Okay. Now, Deldrimmer War Camp is up this way, so I might as well just take this path. Will be a bit more additional fighting, but it's fine. It is good single target DPS. It's not... Honestly, I don't think it's broken. Weirdly enough. Like, I think if you look at dagger spam, you probably get similar damage numbers, if not better. And it just makes me realize, like, a lot of warrior stuff has a long way to go. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't hit hard, because it clearly does, but, like... You're kind of focused entirely on spamming as much as you can. I don't know. It feels good, but not, like, actually... that insane, I guess. There's a lot of mitigation factors and stuff, too. So, I don't know. Okay, maybe its DPS is a little bit high. Honestly, it probably doesn't need the increased attack speed. Okay. I'm gonna go after Earthshaker. And then we'll do another priest check. Give me my battle rage back. Do I need to... Okay, yes. The answer is yes. Minor Wilderness Survival Powerbound. That's probably not worth anything, but I always like to check those. I'm going to stick it over there for checking later. At least salvageable. Okay, I'll take the wood. Oh, that's too much wood. How much wood would woodchuck chuck? Woodchuck could chuck wood. Well, this woodchuck's chucked too much wood, so... I'm gonna hang on to that. Wood can be turned into other useful materials, so... Okay, I need those two. Okay, this will help me afford more skills, which is good, because boy howdy, is that a thing I'm doing. Hey, back over 3 platinum in my bank. Okay. Zenmai, yes. Doing Sorrow's Furnace would be very good for getting her experience points, but I'm not too concerned about that right now. She's just going to hang out my party for the time being, but... You're kind of a jerk, aren't you? Your crippling anguish. Heh! Thorgal Bludgeon Hammer respawns right there. Oh, we don't need you anymore, do we? Nope. We do not. What quest do I even have selected? The Worn Crida? Wow, that is... How are you wanting me to navigate there? Probably up to beacons or something? I was a little distracted by directions. Okay. It's a weird mini map to navigate. I'm not using this thing's move speed buff like at all. Oh, good. Zen might get another level. I must have had weakness on him to make that level 13 instead of level 14. I run Earthshaker Aftershock for fun after this. I do like that bar, unreasonably. More than it deserves, I guess I would say. Yeah, so I think what I'm probably going to do, capture Earthshaker and then set this character up to go back into Nightfall to continue working on that campaign. Why am I hitting this guy like such an absolute truck? That guy has no armor. What the heck? They also have a really long resurrect. Excuse me. I mean, this is getting 16 armor penetration because of strength. So it's very strong on like warrior here. Okay. And I love this snowing map. Oh, I love snow so much. I miss snow. Mind me, I live in an area, well, I mean, it's summer right now anyway, where I live, but I live in an area where we don't get much in the way of snow, and I miss it quite a bit. Growing up, we would basically always have snow most of the winter, and here we usually get like maybe 3-ish days a year that have snow, and it's like a snowfall, and then it sticks around for like a day or two. I find it very underwhelming. These guys are obnoxious, incidentally. Balanced stance is really helpful against them. I am unstoppable. Skills I probably don't have I am unstoppable on this character yet. Has a really bad order to use those skills. So many knockdowns out here is definitely obnoxious. Azure Shadows have quite a bit of armor against physical damage. Ow. Okay, hang on. I need to double check the exact spawn locations for this boss. Or Stone Wrath. Okay, so the first one is up here, I believe. And then there's a couple more. What we'll do is the same thing with shares a spawn location with a punishing shot boss. So what I'll just necessarily do is, if I need to, I will zone in and out of Dreadhaunt right here. Dreadhaunt Drifts or whatever that is. We might get it super quickly. We might be here for a little bit. It's all down to what randomness we end up getting. Because, like, the boss I need could be right in over there. Full Boulder Rain is not the one that I need. That is, in fact, the Ranger boss. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to continue on to the next location. I mean, it would have been convenient, but not to be. I think Raptor Hawk might be an Elementalist boss, if I'm not mistaken. Mind Shock, I think. Maybe? No, some sort of monk. I'll tell you what. Okay. Course Stone Wrath. That's probably the boss I need. I could be wrong. It was a name like that, though. Yeah, that's probably the boss I need. So we got fortunate. We won't have to spend like 15 minutes zoning in and out. We just got 300 gold, which is going to really help also. Splinter Weapon is good stuff, and I like it. And being Giant Stomped is not good stuff, and I don't like it. Okay. Good old Earthshaker. Got that one unlocked, which is neat. Get Devona on this character set her up with Earthshaker Aftershock. That'll be good. Good stuff. Okay, So the good news is we didn't have to do a bunch of rezoning, which I'm thankful for. Okay. I wanted to check in with the priest of Balthazar. Then you can have your attribute points allocated, I guess. Yeah, okay. So we're going to let's try using our words. I'll go to my guild hall and highly salvageable. That could be the goods. It was a bajillion granite. So I'm not sure if I'd call that the goods. Yeah, that's definitely dubious acts. You are not in any way, shape, or form the merchant that I am looking for. Okay, I do need to check Wilderness Survival and Pirebound, actually, so I do need to talk to this. Pirebound, not worth anything. Minor Wilderness Survival, not worth anything. Okay. Merchant. I would like to sell you this. Thank you. Up to 4 whole platinums. But our warrior is looking a heck of a lot more complete. So there's a few factions and Nightfall skills I need. Sort by campaign. Okay. So warrior is now... warrior is done. Prophecies warrior is done. That is huge. Factions warrior, I need Quivering Blade, Shove, and Triple Chop. If I had the resources, I guess I could go get those now. I'm not going to worry about them just yet, though. Then there's a few Nightfall, Critical Chop, and Raging Charge, which would be a really good pickup. Yeah, but I'm wanting to wait to pick up these until I get more hero skill points. So we're really close on Warrior now at this point, which is good news. I do think I'm going to just take this character. Let's see. Because part of me wants to get those last few factions elites. Not super long, is it? I just need 3 more. I mean, I can destitute myself more. Or why not? Why not? We'll do this. Maybe go a little bit longer than I meant to, but it's in the name of skill capping. Okay. Wing. I need wing. Wing 3-blade. Okay, so I kind of show going from those 2 locations, not from here. That makes sense. Let's go marketplace. I kind of want to just like having those knocked off would just feel very good. I know where Shove is, so Shove, Quivering Blade, and then Triple Chop. And then I absolutely will need to stop. So I might go a little bit longer than I intended to, but I also do really like the idea of having this knocked off entirely, so... I am going to keep this wiki page open, though, so if anybody is dropping in at chat for the last, like, 10 minutes or whatever this is going to end up proving to be, and I don't see you just yet because I'm staring at the maps, well, now you know why. I think it's up here and then around the corner. Oh, there's Brian. Hi, Brian. We'll do your thing someday, probably. Okay, so wing should be, yep, right up there. Okay, I don't need to keep that open now. Minimize the wiki. Like, I don't necessarily mind nobody really being here in chat, but it does make me a little nervous of, like, is the stream working properly if nobody's chatting? Although, I guess it is, because I did have the bot show up trying to sell me the stream equivalent of steroids, except worse. I know, steroids is a pretty close example. Short-term gain for long-term huge problems. Sounds about right. I got Wings Axe on some other random character when I was going through, so... Okay, hang on. Mage, you are a problem, and I'm going to knock you down now. Okay. Ritualist needs to go down. I mean, that was a pretty good hit. I think we can all agree. Okay. Triple chop. Now I need to go get Quivering Blade. I'm not sure where the best place to go get Quivering Blade is. Okay, just south of the marketplace, basically. Yeah, but he won't be hostile if I have, like, Seek Out Brother Tasai and stuff, so... I don't think I do, but I should double check that before I look. Okay, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, there's a bunch of NPCs out here. Okay. Don't think it's a problem. Kainu here is actually pretty useful in terms of accessibility and her inventory. So you can make silk of damask, linen leather, vellum. These are not entirely the most useful, but it is an artisan location, I guess, mostly. Have I talked to Tazan? No. Man, I have to tell you, being able to use You Will Die to be able to get the adrenaline for unblockable throw when they're low on health is very nice. I'm glad they fixed Quivering Blade. They accidentally broke it in a previous patch, and they finally figured out fixing it. Zenmai gets through that. Having Zenmai in a good spot for Gate of Madness would actually be pretty prudent, now that I think about it. There's Sun the Quivering. Soon, Sun. Who knows? Announce it a bunch of different ways if you wanted to. Flashing Blades doesn't do anything if you're not attacking. So slow walking around, not a threat. I didn't even notice the healer there, which is really an indictment on them. Yeah, this is definitely a little bit ridiculous. I don't know, Paragon needed a shot in the arm, I guess. It's not the worst, but... Okay, and then we're going to need to go to House of Heltzer to go get Shove. You know what? I might go turn in this quest since I'm like so close to it anyway. Nah, I want to do that later from just a time standpoint. There is an argument for going all the way, like grabbing Shove and then continuing on here, but well, I'm not going to worry about it too much at the moment. Let's go. Grab Shove. Shove is down this way. I know this one without having to look it up. It's boss in there, I think. So we're doing a very brief run here. Yeah, turn on the bully. Has Shove. So these are all fairly quick to go get. So I don't mind taking a little bit of time on them. Oh my goodness, that is some absurd amounts of degen. Okay, I'm going to give a moment to get some energy pools recovered and clean some stuff up. All right, let's go get this last factions elite for warrior and Gardener. I see you back there. I don't think I don't. There's two gardeners, which is really obnoxious. There we go. That'll break them a lot. There we go. Shove. And Zenmai is up to level 18, which is nice. Okay. Now let's check. I think it might just be Nightfall skills left on Warrior, and that would be fantastic. Yep, core done. Prophecy's done. Faction's done. And then a few Nightfall skills. I think the only Nightfall elite left is Mage Hunter Smash. But I'll get that later. Got a lot left to get on a lot of characters, but that at least is progress made, and I will take it. Mesmer is very, like, quite far as well. Yeah, like everybody needs more Nightfall, but Necromancer has a lot to go, etc. But we've made substantial progress today, and I'm happy about that. Let's clear out this inventory. Prodigies is wonderful. Prismatic is not. Very different. We'll clear out our inventory, wrap up, because I need to go be doing some food making activities. I just know I'm going to want prodigies out of this without even having to look at anything else. Major healing is probably not worth anything. Yeah, those are not. Prismatic and Major Hammer. Major Hammer? No, I didn't think so. Prismatic? Yeah, no, that's a very specific thing. I will take my 3.1 platinum to recoup some of my costs, though. Excellent. Excellent. I am slightly less broke. All right. Well, let's drop off in the Gate of Pain, because that's where we're going to want to pick up next time on this character. But that is a lot of progress, and I am very happy about it. So thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, everyone, take care and goodbye.